This is The Psychology of Spirit with AuKeeRa Rayne. You are invited to add your voice to our program by phone or email. Our toll-free number in North America is 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. The email address is AuKeeRa@sasktel.net. That's AuKeeRa@sasktel.net. Now, back to The Psychology of Spirit.
Unsolicited advice is something none of us want and none of us desire. So when you are working with somebody else to navigate your emotions, make sure it's somebody you trust. Make sure that it's someone who will put you in the driver's seat of those emotions. Make sure it is someone who will just listen. And make sure it is someone you actually trust. There's a lot of counselors in this world who counsel because they're not working on their own stuff. Yes, that comment might offend many, many people, but it's true. A really good counselor knows that they're human too. And they know that they're as capable as you are, or you're as capable as they are. Now, if that counselor doesn't believe that they're capable, they may not be the best counselor for you. So if you work with a counselor, psychologist, or psychiatrist, please find one that actually works with you and actually helps you to get to where you're going and knows that you're not there because of them. So let's get back to our discussion on the rest of our emotions. First of all, as soon as you feel anything, welcome the emotion. For a lot of us, that takes practice. Because as we know, all emotions aren't joyous and great. So what does that look like, AuKeeRa? It's a simple thought. I'm feeling anxiety. That's all you have to notice is that I'm feeling anxiety. Because a lot of us, when we try and stop anxiety, we know what happens. It snowballs. So here we were, all dressed and going to go out for a really good night, and we got all nervous that someone might judge us, and our anxiety took over, and now I don't want to go out anymore because I look fat. Every woman's laughing because we've all done that. You know what? If you're looking in the mirror and you say, I'm really nervous about going out tonight, and you say to yourself, I hear you, I think you're beautiful, trust me, those are the words you need to hear. Navigating emotions is being able to be there for yourself while you're feeling them. And they're very important. Not only that, it's allowing yourself to feel the whole range of them. Is there one perfect emotion? No. The perfection and the balance comes within the acceptance of the emotions. It comes in contentment. I can be content when I'm feeling beyond lonely and abandoned. I can feel ravaged. I can feel so hurt and destroyed. But if I can find acceptance and contentment within that emotion, I will not drown. I will feel like I'm floating in the storm instead of being pulled under by the waves. Oh, AuKeeRa, I don't know if I can do that. But remember, it's the simplicity. The simplicity of it. You don't need to do anything. That's just it. You wake up in the morning and you feel overwhelmed. You just tell yourself, I hear you, you're allowed. I know it sounds so different from what we've been taught. We've been taught to analyze our emotions. And you notice the only one that I was talking about analyzing is anger, because anger is always a teacher. Feelings like jealousy aren't the other person's problem. If we're jealous, it's fear of losing them, fear of abandonment. It's the need to control. You really have to watch when you're feeling your emotions that you're not trying to control another's actions. As soon as we have that occur, it's us we have to talk to. Well, you shouldn't have been talking to that other girl. Or your boyfriend says to you, why is that guy talking to you? When somebody thwarts their emotions onto you, what do you do? For one, don't try and fix them. Remember, they're not broken. Unsolicited advice is just not okay. None of us like it. Somebody walks out, spews all over you for whatever reason, whether it's anger, or usually it's anger, or they're whining, or whatever. As soon as the situation's over, remember, you can react, or you can choose to act with your own integrity level. Everybody's emotions is their problem no matter what they're saying to you. Well, you made me feel this way. I'm sorry. You can't make anybody feel anyway. You just can't. Oh, what do you mean? I've been made to feel horrible by many people. Yes, but if you truly know you're not horrible, the words fall upon deaf ears. Yes, but I was in a really bad place at that time. But you're not now. In retrospect, you can see how. It didn't make you feel that way. You agreed with them. A lot of us agree with other people's statements when it comes to emotions sometimes. If someone's yelling at you, it takes two to fight. And when you choose to walk away, if you choose to stomp out of the sandbox, you're still being a 2-year-old and you're still fighting. Calling your own bluff is so important when you're dealing with your emotions to find your own integrity level. It's extremely important. Allowing yourself to say, I really didn't like the way you spoke to me. Okay, is that really called for? Because what you're doing is you just picked a fight. No, don't react at that time. Take time to make sure that when you say, please don't speak to me like that, it comes out with love and acceptance, not, so there, I'm throwing down my toy, let's honker down and go fisticuffs and battle her out. No. We have the right to say, no, don't treat me like that. But you have to make sure it's said with balanced contentment and respect so that you're allowing yourself to stay within your own integrity level. Remember, you're only responsible for how you're feeling. Yes, certain words from certain people, trust me, yes, they hurt. But you can't turn around and become a victim in the situation. You can if that's your choice. There's nothing wrong with that. And if that's your choice, trust me, what I'm about to say won't help you. But as soon as someone hurls something your way, you can choose to agree with it and believe it, or you can choose to just love and accept them for who they are, knowing that that's just what they need to do right now, and you have the right to walk away and not necessarily see them as much anymore. And you don't have to do it with anger or disrespect. When you feel right within your choices, your emotions tend to balance and we don't react anymore. Observe yourself over the next few days. Notice how many emotions you feel in one day. It's astounding, people. We are incredible. We go all over the map with our emotions. All over the map. Men too. It's not just women. And the thing is if you just allow your emotions to be, they will make your life bigger than what it is. Acknowledgement makes them bigger. It doesn't mean they take you over. It's denial that makes them take over in the way of getting bigger that way. When we observe and accept, our emotions add flavor to our lives. They add to our lives. And this is not speaking about them. This is feeling them. Talking about them isn't actually allowing them to be there. It's pulling them out and analyzing them. And I'm not saying that you can't do that. In fact, I've even said once in a while you definitely should. But right now, if you allow yourself to actually feel what you're feeling and just let it flood through your body, no, you won't become a crying mess every day. But life will become an incredible experience. Remember, denial and the need to control are what often puts emotions into a different state. When you are working on feeling your emotions, It's not work at all. You just feel. So over the next few days, just observe. Become your own observer. Say, oh, wow, look, I'm feeling this. Oh, wow, look, I'm feeling that. Don't do anything about it. Notice if you're acting like a 2-year-old or an adult. Notice if you're reacting and if you understand your own integrity level. Allow yourself to become your own counselor, because you know what? You know you best. And even if some days you think you don't, you still know you better than anybody else. So you might as well get to know you, because you're going to be right beside you for the rest of your life. And not to mention the fact that you're quite an incredible person to get to know. You're pretty spectacular. You're a human being, for heaven's sakes. Full and complete with all those great emotions. AuKeeRa, loneliness is one of the biggest things I feel. I feel so alone all the time, and I'm scared. How do I deal with that? It's a comment I hear on a regular basis, believe it or not. And the biggest thing I tell you is, number one, with you, yourself, and I. Plus, I believe we all have guides, not to mention our connection to God or the universe, whatever you call it. You are never alone. It's impossible. A lot of times, most of us feel the most alone when we're standing in a room full of people. But that's when we need, again, to turn to ourselves and what we believe in and say that this is perfect. I feel alone. And just allowing yourself to feel shifts you immediately into a different headspace. Acceptance of that emotion shifts everything immediately into a different headspace. I encourage you to go to my website and look at the CDs, Journey to the Self and Bad Day. They are really good at aiding you in navigating your own emotional experiences. They're just daily guidance CDs that you can listen to at any time. I use Journey on a regular basis. Yes, I do use my own stuff. It works, and I absolutely enjoy it. If you don't feel like purchasing them, that's absolutely fine. There's a soundbite of Journey there that will give you a really good idea, a reminder of how you are capable of dealing with your life. What about depression? What is depression anyway? Remember I was talking about accepting how we're feeling? Depression is not allowing yourself to just say, today I don't want to do anything. Oh, but AuKeeRa, seriously? No, I don't want to do anything every day. But have you ever told yourself that's okay? Have you ever told yourself, I love you? We'll talk about that in a couple minutes.